Hello everybody, I'm Olivia Panay and I am joined with Coach Pat Henry here at the R.A. Murray Fasken 38 indoor track and field facility. I've had the honor of being coached with you back in 2011 through 2015. You've been coaching for 20 years here at Texas A&M, but over 50 years of experience. Coach Henry, how does that first of all make you feel?
Well, you just dated me. Why did you do that? I mean, you just put me over the hill. That's what people. Well, yeah, this is my 51st year, so it's hard to believe I've been here 20. Mm-hmm. The years have gone very quickly, and I think that's probably because we've been having a good time while we're at Texas A&M. It's a good place to be, and as you know, Olivia, it's a great institution, and there's a commitment to our sport here, and this is just another show of that.
We're currently here in the press box where the broadcasters will be at the R.A. Fasken 38 facility. How does that feel to finally be inside this building after not having an indoor track for so long?
Yeah, it's been 1 year. Mm-hmm. It took them 1 year to build this building, which is pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. But they had people working. I mean, these people, they were 24-hour a day, some of them. These people were working. They had shifts. They were getting after it. So it went up quick. We're still not done. As you know, you're looking around, you can see there's still concrete being poured outside. There's still things going on. Because it's not just this facility that we built. We built a new practice track right next to us that has all of our discus, hammer, and javelin events. We have our fields there for all of that, and then we have a track around the outside of those throwing events. That's what was all torn up, as well as the land right here. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we could have run a meet, but we couldn't have had any throwing events. Mm. So that's what happened with outdoor, and of course indoors there's no facility. So, yeah, we've been out a little over a year, and it's been different for us. Mm-hmm.
How's it feel to kind of just have the facilities put together? I know you finished building the E.B. Cushing Stadium. Now we have the Fasken Murray, the Murray Fasken indoor facility being built. Yeah. Now it's finally all put together, perfectly done. How does that make you feel?
Well, I looking from the outside, I think looking in at A&M, I just talked about it, alluded to it a little bit. The commitment to our sport here has been tremendous. We've been fortunate enough to win, and that's helped. Mm-hmm. You were on those teams, so you know. This facility is a result of a lot of people in the past. It definitely isn't a result of the young people that are on the track today. Mm-hmm. So, and that is a factor in what's happened here. We've been fortunate enough to be successful, and so they have continued to help us. And from an overall footprint, when you look at our outdoor facility and you look at the warm-up area between here and there, and then you add this new indoor, this footprint is I don't think there's a footprint better than this one in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me about the thought process behind some of the things you want to implement into this indoor facility. It's absolutely beautiful. So for you, what were some of those must-haves that you wanted to make sure were in this indoor stadium?
Well, the one thing that I wanted to have seating all the way around the oval. Mm-hmm. We had 4,500 seats on one side of the last stadium. Mm-hmm. This one's going to be 4,000 something all the way around. Mm-hmm. And then we're still, right now, well, we'll talk about that later, but yeah, I wanted stands all the way around. I think it makes it a little more intimate. I think that it gets more people in the stands sitting closer to the athlete than the other facility, and I think that's really good. Mm-hmm. As you can see, it's sunk down about 5 feet, and then the stands start. Mm-hmm. So even the people on the turn, people running by at their level. So I think for the fans, it's going to be a great venue. Mm-hmm. Right here in the press box, we were laughing about it just a minute ago, but it was an aspect that I certainly wanted built up here was a bathroom for the press box. We never had one in the other facility, and a lot of press boxes don't. But we got one built up here, so that's a big thing. But not all of our graphics are up yet. Some of it will be up by race time here, but not everything. So we're still working on all of that aspect of it. Our throws area down here, we're only going to use one ring. We're going to throw the weight and the shot in that ring, and so I've kept the meets at 6 schools this year, all 3 meets, for a reason. I've got to see how I can operate this building. Our warm-up area is completely different. If you look over my shoulder and you look down here, we've got 6 sprint lanes, 60 meters long, that will be a great warm-up area for all of our sprinters and hurdlers and 400-meter people. Normally at our other track, our 800-meter people and up always look to go outside anyway, no matter what the weather was. So this other track, I hope will help that. But it also gives them a place to do some acceleration work before they go on. I want to see how these lanes around the track, we have 3 lanes on the outside of the oval, flat, that we may be able to use post-meet, or before we run the meet. Pre-meet. We may be able to use those as warm-up with everybody, and then just before we get started, we shut that down. And that's a coaching area all the way around. So I certainly want to have that area for coaches. Those are probably the three things that I think are going to be better in this facility. So
I know you just mentioned, like, for these first few meets, you're just going to have 6 teams. I would assume like A&M would like to host like the NCAAs and the SEC championships as well. How do you kind of see being able to host more teams as the years to come?
I think that's what we're trying to. That's what we'll find out. That's what we'll find out. What we're able to do. Actually, we host the SEC here next year. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my operations are, how I'm going to operate the facility, and that's going to be much different. Every track is different, and we got to find out the nuances of this place.
And as I mentioned before, I've competed at the other indoor facility, and I kind of walk in here and I get the same feeling, like just the structure. Was that kind of intentional, of just making sure the layouts kind of felt similar in a way?
Yeah, to get the span over the track with a steel roof, I mean, it has to be pretty similar to this. Now, the other building was bigger than this one. But if you eliminated all the seating, all the press box here, you probably put 2 football fields in this entire building. It's just you don't see it that way. The lobbies are big, and the stands take up a lot of room. So it's a big structure. There's no question about it.
And I was able to see on social media, like, the athletes coming in, getting a chance to just view the indoor facility. How much did that mean for you to just see their reaction to this new indoor?
Yeah, I mean, we're still dealing with young people. That's part of it. And as a coach, you're trying to have things that stimulate and get them going. And this is one thing that I think is going to be a lot of fun for this team and the teams to come, and the teams of the past. We're having a reunion this weekend. As of last week, we had 260 signed up coming back. That means we're probably going to have 500 in that one section of just formers. So. We're excited about that aspect of it as well. Bringing in the people that never had anything, and they see this and they're mad, but they're the reason. The reason these facilities are built right now, it has nothing to do with the young people that are here right now. It has to do with people like yourself and people who were very successful in the past.
How is the community responding to the new indoor stadium as well?
Well, this is the first day that press came in here. Actually, I don't have a key to the door yet.
Come on, Coach.
I do not. You walked up to the door with me, and you knew he can't get in either.
So when do you get the key?
I'm trying to figure that out. We're supposed to have the building turned over, I think, Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
So, yeah, I hope to get a key by then. That way I can get my team in here.
Now, I kind of want to take us back to the track that you mentioned that's right outside the stadium. I just remember competing here. Like, we obviously had the indoor football facility where we were able to do sprints. How do you think having that new oval outside the stadium is going to help this team get ready for competition?
Yeah, I think that's a real positive. I think that if the weather is nice, it's a huge positive. If the weather is not, it's still good for a lot of our athletes, but not our ballistic people. So all of those kinds of folks, these sprint lanes inside are always important. No matter what it is outside, the sprint lanes inside are the most important lanes for those people, and we have those here. So, yeah, I think that new facility outside, though, the throwing field is really, really nice. We've got three discus cages out there. We got a hammer cage. We've got 2 javelin runways. So it's really nice. Yeah.
How do you feel like this indoor facility separates itself from all the other SEC programs that are also starting to build indoor facilities as well?
Well, I think that I don't know how to answer that question, Olivia. I think that I just think it shows that A&M's committed to the sport, and we're going to do the absolute best job we can. And these people have done a good job of building a great facility. Now we'll see if I can run a meet in it. That's the only challenge right now. We called this meet, this first meet, the McFerrin 12 degree. That's the name of the meet. The McFerrin family is a huge family here that has been very committed to Texas A&M University, and we're lucky enough they've been committed to track and field as well. But so that's why I'm calling it the McFerrin meet. But the 12 degree is the banking of the turn at its maximum point by World Athletics. Well, they will allow 12 degrees. You can't take it any higher than 12 degrees. You can take it lower, you can't take it any higher. So like our track is 12 degrees, Arkansas's track is 12 degrees, Albuquerque's track is 12 degrees. Most all of the good tracks in the country are 12 degrees. This one is 12 degrees. And the perception lots of times when young people walk in the building and they walk around the edge and one of them is way up here and the other one's down here. Well, you got to look at the base and how the base is set, because you can raise a track all the way to the ceiling, it's still 12 degrees. That turn is still 12 degrees. It doesn't make any difference what you do with it. So perception is a lot of it. We sunk this track on the turn about that much, which allowed for a little more better visual.
Okay.
But it still kept it at 12 degrees. So when our athletes got on it, they felt like it was more banked than the other track, but it wasn't. Our last track is 12 degrees. This one's 12 degrees.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, Coach, how does having this new indoor facility and also now having Cushing, got the two together, how will that impact the way you recruit as well?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what attracts recruits anymore. You know, with all this other stuff going on, even in football, it's hard to tell why a young person goes from one place to the next. I think I know why. I think we all know why. And that's happening in track and field too. You know, NIL is, in my opinion, it's too bad. It's good for some things, but not for all things. I think it creates a lot of inequities within the system for lots of people. A&M, we're blessed, you know, but, you know, from a recruiting standpoint, yeah, if you walk in that door and you see this, and you walk outside and see UB Cushing, you're going to know, man, this is going to be a great place to be. You walk in our Our weight room is right there, and we've got 25 platforms in there. We have our own training room underneath the other stadium. I built a satellite training room in this building that opens to the outside. So when we have an outdoor meet, it also serves that community, that group. We built our check-in area, our impounding room, where we weigh in implements. Has big garage doors downstairs that open to the outside, so when outdoor season starts, we can also use that room for outdoor meets as well as our indoor meets. So from that standpoint, I think it'll be real good. We built, if you look over here in the corner, there's a big group of bathrooms in the corner, which that's right in the warm-up area, which that's a blessing for our athletes. But you open the doors down there for an outdoor meet, and there's restrooms right there that are really, really nice. And in this environment, you know, sometimes we got to go inside to get away from a storm. So this allows us to do that as well.
And with Coach, with NCAA's coming up in March, and then of course this is an Olympic year, how will this indoor facility help your athletes prepare for the big meets and championships ahead? Yeah,
I'm looking forward to finding out that. I think that I think this will be a good meet. It's an early meet, as we all know. Some people have competed last weekend, but it's an early meet. I think for most everybody that's coming in this weekend. So everybody's going to be doing the same thing, guessing and seeing who can do what and where they are in their training and what's going on. These are always fun meets. They're all rehearsals. As you know, we talked about this your whole time here. There's a big play at the end. Everything else is a rehearsal, and this is our first rehearsal.
Coach, talk to me about the legacy beam and just how you're starting that tradition here.
I don't think about that stuff. I really don't. I think if the time comes when I leave here or I retire, I think when that time comes, and that certainly isn't now, because I enjoy coming to training. I enjoy coming and working and trying to get things going like this. This is what, after 51 years, it started over. You know, this building makes you start over your thought processes. So from that standpoint, it's been a real positive for me. And so I'm looking forward to years of continuing development here and keeping the facilities going.
Can you describe to me what the legacy beam is? How did that get started?
I have no idea.
Were they assigned the beam?
I really don't.
No.
We came in the other building down there, and you know, I just was walking by. That one's in a big closet down there, and I just thought this might be a neat idea to do that. They're the first group. Let's let them do it. So they did it, so all their signatures on there. And now this group just did it and signed this beam right down here. So I think it's just a fun time.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time and just sharing so much more about this beautiful indoor facility here in Aggie Land, and we're looking forward to seeing more meets to come.
Appreciate you guys coming in. You're always welcome. It's good to have you here.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.